Okay, guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Erin Nolan. I'm a registered nurse and a full-time Platinum doTERRA leader. Today's topic I want to talk to you about is on essential oil purity. And it's really sad that I even have to have this conversation with you and go over the facts of this with you. But that's the life we're living in. And this is a global issue. So yes, I live in America. I have a global team. doTERRA is a global company. And the things I'm going to talk to you about today is because this is a global issue. So specifically speaking, here in the United States, this translates to other countries as well. Here in the United States, essential oils are not regulated by the government. They are not regulated by specifically the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration. The reason for this is because technically they're not a food, technically they're not a drug. So because of that, the government does not step in, test essential oils, regulate what's on the bottle, regulate false advertising, anything like that. So this is bad, y'all. This is a problem. And the reason this is a problem is because essential oil companies are allowed to mislabel, false advertise, and put whatever they want to inside these essential oil bottles. This is why when you go to the store and you see all these essential oils, you have no idea what's inside of them. This is terrifying. So with this being said, there's no agency, governing body, anyone to protect the consumer. So a lot of times when you go to the store and it says 100% pure or GCMS tested or purity verified, they could be completely lying to you and you have no way of knowing that. Furthermore, a lot of times some of these essential oils aren't even the essential oils that they're labeling is in the bottle. So 80% of the essential oils on the market are adulterated. This is a statistic that came out by the Aromatic Plant Research Center. This is an independent lab that just randomly tests essential oils on the market, and they found that 80% of the oils that they tested were adulterated. Now, you may not know what that word means. Adulterated is just a long fancy word that means humans have messed up that oil in some way, or they have falsified that oil in some way. So what happens is sometimes they put filler oils in there to stretch the essential oil out so that they're actually cheaper to purchase, but it's not actually 100% pure. Sometimes there's contaminants, there's heavy metals inside of them, and this is not obviously intentional. This can be accidental by the process of collection or steam distillation or cold pressing. Sometimes there's pesticides in there. Sometimes it's not even the essential oil that they're saying it is. A very popular example of that is lavender. A lot of times when they test lavender, it's not even lavender that's in the bottle. It's actually lavandin, which is very similar plant, smells almost identical, but has very different medicinal compounds inside of it, different percentages of medicinal compounds. So sometimes if you go to the store and you use essential oils and you're like, these are not working, I bet they're probably not, because they're probably not the essential oils that you think they are, or it's not the purity that you're expecting when you're wanting 100% pure essential oils. So what doTERRA has done is they have created their own governing body. I'm going to explain that to you real quick. And they have also created their own purity label. So that is what, if you see on the doTERRA bottles, certified pure therapeutic grade. Now, this is what I want you to know about doTERRA specifically, or any essential oil company, as you move forward in researching purity, the things you should be looking for. One is they have to be purity tested. And nowadays, just if you see GCMS tested on there, that's not enough, because people have gotten very smart. There's biochemists who come in to try and trick people on this, and this is a very complicated process. So just GCMS testing is not enough nowadays. So if you see that, you need additional testing. doTERRA does 43 different tests in-house. So doTERRA tests their own oils 43 different ways. Organoleptic testing, heavy metal testing, different light testing. They also do GCMS testing, several different types. But this is the other thing I want you to look at when you're looking at essential oil companies. They need to be independently tested as well. They need to be tested by another company, another lab, not the person who's selling you that oil. In the medical field or in the scientific field, what we call that is releasing liability or preventing any type of false marketing or false labeling. So what we want to know is that there is a third party testing this and verifying the test that we have also come up with. So it relieves false reporting, okay? So that's a very, very important thing to make sure that you're also having that in addition to the testing that the company's doing themselves. What doTERRA does is they partner with the Aromatic Plant Research Center, which is one of the leading, if not the leading, aromatic plant research center in the world right now. So what they do is they independently test these essential oils, and they verify or don't verify. Sometimes they come back and say, hey, these are not what 100% pure. Hey, these oils do have contaminants in them, and doTERRA actually removes them and will not label these or will not allow these on for market. You will see at times doTERRA runs out of essential oils. An example, we had Roman chamomile that was out of stock for an entire year one time, and that's because time after time with their testing, they could not find essential oils with Roman chamomile that were meeting their not only from the indigenous source but also meeting their purity standards. So this is a big deal to doTERRA, and they are willing to remove these products if any of the labs or any of the testing comes back as not 100% pure. So work with doTERRA and understand there will be times that either blends or essential oils, single oils will be removed, and that's for their protection of their purity and the protection of you, because we know that you're using them for medicinal purposes, and especially if you're going to be using them internally, you want that verification and you want that extra testing done. So the third thing I want you to look at whenever you're looking for essential oil purity is transparency. These essential oil companies and these third-party labs need to be releasing their reports to you. If they're not willing to release them and tell you exactly what's in the oils and allow you to review it for yourself, that should be a huge red flag. You need to make sure that the essential oil company and the third-party labs are willing to release these reports to you. doTERRA does this through a website, and you don't have to have a doTERRA bottle to go check this out. If you just go to www.source2u.com, you can learn all about this. Let me grab a bottle real quick. If you look on the bottom of doTERRA bottles, there's a barcode. There's an expiration date, but there's also a barcode that you see under there. And that barcode is what you plug into that Source2U website, and it pulls up the purity reports for you. So you can see what tests were done, you can see where the oil originated from in the world, because we source indigenously, and then you can also see the purity reports on that. So that's why healthcare providers feel super confident in the purity of essential oils that doTERRA provides, specifically if they're going to be giving these to patients and telling people to be using these medicinally. This is why hospitals, and we're seeing that a lot of healthcare providers and different medical practices are starting to incorporate doTERRA essential oils because of their purity and their standards. So that's just something I wanted to show you. I love the fact of knowing that not only the Aromatic Plant Research Center, or the ARPC as they're also known, but also Consumer Reports. The US Consumer Reports verify time and time again that doTERRA essential oils are always 100% pure once they hit the label, once they hit the bottle, and once we're able to purchase them. So that just gives me complete confidence in knowing I can take them internally, I can put them on my baby, I can diffuse them, and I can recommend them to people and patients and people that I counsel through their wellness as well. So I hope that this helped clarify a little bit. If you have any questions about this, if you want to know any more specific, check out that website, www.source2u.com. Check out doTERRA's website. They talk about all the purity testing they do. Check out the Aromatic Plant Research Center's website. There's so much information for you to learn, but really this is empowering to you. You have the tools you need to research all of this, and you can find this out yourself. So take that knowledge and take this empowerment and make sure you're using the best essential oils possible for you and your family. Bye guys.